Hey, thank you so much for coming back here again. It means so much to me. And I was just scrolling through my dog page today, as we all know that today is Mother's Day, and I was watching all the beautiful videos of dog moms around the world, and it made me so happy, and it just made me to share my story with you guys, that how I started this journey with animal welfare, or since when did I develop this feeling that I need to help animals. So to begin with, I'll share a childhood story. I was 2 or 3 maybe, and my both the parents are working, so definitely they were not home. I was there with my caretaker. So my mother tells me this, since I don't remember, I was so small, that when she came back from her school, she is a teacher. She found me sleeping on a bed with a puppy which I picked up from the streets, and I feel so sad that I don't remember that thing. This was the first story that I wanted to share with you guys, and it still makes me feel so happy to recall all of that. So anyway, so moving to another story, I used to visit Allahabad, which is my grandmother's house, and again I was 2 or 3 maybe. तो उनके आसपास में जितने भी लोग रहते थे उनके पास बकरी थी, वो लोग पालते थे बकरी, ठीक है, और वो ना हमारे घर में आ जाती थी, तो वो आके और वो सारी सब्जी खा लेती थी. सो ऑब्वियसली मतलब लोग लाइक माई मदर एंड फादर और जो भी वहाँ पे रहते थे, माई दादा दादी, दे यूज टू शू देम अवे, एंड आई यूज टू क्राई दैट नो, डोंट सेंड देम अवे, लेट देम ईट वॉट एवर दे वॉन्ट. I was 2 or 3. I mean, I just wanted to spend all of my time with them. I honestly wanted to sleep with them. I wanted to stay with them, and I just wanted to play with them. I used to run behind them in the streets. So this picture I found in my gallery. This was the first day of my class first of a new school, and the first thing which I did in the morning, I do remember this story. I do remember doing this, and the first thing which I did after getting in a new uniform, after getting dressed up for my first day of class 1, was take a picture with my dog. So yeah, this was not my pet dog, but this was a stray dog, and I still remember him. He was there in Muradnagar, where I grew up, where I spent 13 years of my life. So I have been doing this since a kid doesn't even know what they are doing, like wanting to stay with the goats and taking a puppy off my street and sleeping with him in my bed. So moving on, I grew up, and while growing up, I used to feed all my dogs in my area. I used to treat them with whatever I can. Since I used to live in a town where I did not have any vet or any major resources. So, and also I fought with a municipal corporation guy. If I don't know if that's what we call them, वो जो dog पकड़ने के लिए आते हैं ना, जो street dogs को पकड़ने के लिए आते हैं. So I literally fought with him, and I was in 6th class, and he came with his van to pick up all the dogs of the area. And I still remember I literally yelled on him that no, you cannot take those dogs, those are my dogs. And I cried like anything standing on my gate, and I cried like, I don't know if I have cried like that again in my life, but because of which he did not take my dogs, and he just got so frustrated that he just went with his van. And that was the first accomplishment that I still remember, that I saved all of my street dogs. And so another story where I was 1 or 1.5 years old, and I do not remember it. My mother tells me that whenever we used to go to my nana's house, again the neighbors used to have pet goats, and I used to cry. I literally used to cry that why don't we have a goat in our house. So my खाला used to go to the neighbor's house, और वो वहाँ से बकरी को लेके आती थी. Then वो हमारे घर में रहती थी पूरे दिन. I used to feed the goat all the vegetables which were there in my house, and I was barely 2. So I think you guys can figure out that I have this thing in me since the beginning of the time. Since I was so young, I have this feeling in me of being kind to everyone, of being kind to everything that lives. So that's how I grew up. While growing up, I took care of all the stray animals in my area. I used to feed them, and I used to do whatever I could. And so the first dog which I took to the vet was a puppy, small puppy of barely a month old. So her paw got cut off because a car, I think that was Scorpio, yeah, so it drove over her paw and it was totally cut off, like her paw got amputated. And that was the first pup which I took to the vet, Dr. Pathak's clinic in Ghaziabad. He and his team is a gem. They are a blessing to all the stray animals, to all the stray dogs of that area. And so I used to take her to the doctor. And meanwhile I got a college in Delhi. I lived in the PG, and I used to come every week just to take Nano, her name was Nano, and just to take her to the vet for her dressing. And in the middle, many times my father has taken Nano for her dressing, and then she got healed. So I saved a pup. So there was a pup and he got some infection in her stomach. And I used to take him twice a day in the lockdown. जब वो अप्रैल में फर्स्ट वेव आई थी ना, जब कंप्लीट लॉकडाउन था, एवरीथिंग वॉज शट, एंड इवन द पुलिस वालाज यूज टू स्टॉप मी. वो पूछते थे कि आप कहाँ जा रहे हो. सो मैं उन्हें दिखाती थी कि दिस इज़ द डॉग एंड ये मेरे गली में रहता है, इसको स्टमक इन्फेक्शन है. उसको 2 बार लेके जाना होता था, सुबह शाम. आई थिंक आई वेंट देयर फॉर 10 days in the peak of COVID. I was so scared for my life that even वहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं अलग अलग जगह से, शहर के अलग अलग कोने से. तो I was scared that even I could get COVID, and I have my parents at my house, but I just used to go. After coming back, I used to take a bath and all, but nothing stopped me, nothing stopped me. I couldn't stop myself because I know if I didn't take that dog to the clinic twice a day, the dog would have died. He had some stomach infection. And yeah, I used to take her. And so this is what I've been doing all my life, taking animals to vet, taking care of them with whatever measures I could. And once I found a bull, his horn was broken. There was profuse bleeding all over his face. So I scrolled through Instagram and मैंने वहाँ पे देखा कि एक पेज है, and मैंने उनसे पूछा कि मैं उसको क्या मेडिसिन दे सकती हूँ. देन वो मेडिसिन आसानी से मुझे मिली भी नहीं, काफ़ी टाइम लग गया वो मेडिसिन को पाने में भी. ऊपर से वो ही वॉज अ बुल, सो जैसे डॉग्स का एरिया होता है, बट वो तो इधर उधर घूमते रहते हैं, बुल्स. सो देन आई डिडंट फाइंड हिम. आई यूज टू गो देयर. मैं ऑलमोस्ट 3-4 घंटा वहाँ पे बैठी रहती थी, जहाँ पे मुझे वो पहली बार दिखा था. लकीली मुझे वो एक बार दिख गया, एंड मैंने वो उसको मेडिसिन आटे में मिला के दे दी. एंड द नेक्स्ट टाइम आई सॉ हिम वॉज आफ्टर 10 days, एंड ही वॉज कम्प्लीटली हील्ड. एंड I cannot even explain you the amount of happiness which I received. I mean, I don't think I have ever been that much happy in my life. I felt so good, and there are many such stories like this. Again, I rescued a bird. That was again in the COVID. I think, yeah, that was in the second wave. So मैं डॉक्टर के यहाँ पे गई थी, and I found a baby dove sitting in the corner. एंड उसको कुछ इंजरीज नहीं थी, बट दैट बर्ड वॉज रियली स्मॉल, एंड वो उड़ भी नहीं पा रही थी. सो मुझे बिल्कुल भी नहीं पता था क्या करना है. मैं उसको अपने साथ बस ले आई. मैंने उसको उठाया एंड मैं उसको अपने साथ PG ले आई. आई वॉज देयर इन दिल्ली बैक देन, एंड आई डिड नॉट नो एनीथिंग. सो मैंने पूछा कि उसको क्या देना है. मैंने उसको खाना देने के लिए ट्राई करा, बट उसने कुछ भी नहीं खाया. And I kept on searching about what to do with and I kept on searching about what to do with a lost bird. The bird was very small, and I don't think कि वो मेरे घर पे भी रह पाती, and PG में वैसे भी अलाउड नहीं होता है, So मैंने देखा, पूरा दिन लग गया मुझे ढूंढने में. I finally found a bird shelter. चांदनी चौक दिल्ली में है एक जैन बर्ड शेल्टर, जैन मंदिर के साइड में. एंड मैंने देखा कि वहाँ पे वो लोग बर्ड्स को रखते हैं. सो मेट्रो भी नहीं चलती थी उस टाइम पे क्योंकि लॉकडाउन था. एंड मैंने अपने रूममेट को बोला कि मेरे साथ चलो, बिकॉज इट वॉज क्वाइट लेट एट द नाइट. एंड देन मैं उसके साथ गई, मैंने उसको वहाँ पे छोड़ दिया. एंड देन उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि वो बड़ी हो जाएगी तो वो उसको वापस छोड़ देंगे. So this was again one of my accomplishments. Yeah, I truly consider them as accomplishments, and there are so many more stories, and please let me know if you want a part 2. I would love to share all my stories with you guys. This was some of the difference that I made in this world. And honestly, I receive a lot of messages saying that strangers, they are proud of me, and like I'm their inspiration and they want to do what I do, although I am not doing anything on a very major scale. I mean, yeah, I don't consider it as a major scale. I'm sure I will do it one day in my life. बट यू नो ऐसे स्ट्रेंजर्स के कमेंट्स, ऐसे स्ट्रेंजर्स की बातें सुन के आई फील सो प्राउड. आई फील दैट even though it's a very 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 tiny difference, but I have made a difference. I'm still making a difference, and I will make a difference. I will keep on making a difference. And I feel all the messages are so heartwarming. If you guys do not know, I'm also doing a post-grad diploma from IGNOU in animal welfare. अभी मेरे December में exams हैं, and that course is a really interesting one. And even when I'm helping, or even when I'm feeding a dog or a cow or any animal on the street, strangers used to stop and they used to say कि बेटा आप बहुत अच्छा काम करते हो and भगवान आपको खुश रखेगा. And that happiness which I feel at that moment of time, I do not feel again. I believe that this is my duty. I as a human have resources. I have a car, I have some money, and I have some resources, and I can afford that, and I can take care of those who cannot take care of themselves, who cannot help themselves, who can only look at you when you are standing at a food stall, who can only look at you that maybe this human will give me something to eat. And बट पीपल डू नॉट. एंड लोग नहीं देते हैं. लोग आई डोंट नो, मतलब लोग देखते हैं कि उनको देख रहा है कोई जानवर, एंड आई डोंट नो बट लोग क्यों नहीं देते हैं. बट दिस इज सो what I think is that I am doing the most basic thing which a human should do, because we have the resources, because we can do that. They cannot do that. They cannot take themselves to the vet. They cannot treat their wounds. They cannot buy food, you know. They can only look food in the trash, but we can do that for them. And so I think that we can do that, and all of us can do that, so we should do that. And if any of you feed one dog today, and this is something that you have never done before, so I promise that you will get happiness, and most of all, you will get the peace in your heart and mind that you have never felt before. And I can assure you about that. This is the kind of peace that I feel daily, and I am so blessed, and I am so proud of myself. So again, happy Mother's Day to all the dog moms, to all the ladies who help animals, who has helped animals, and who do stuff by going out of their way, who take a stray dog late at night to a vet, knowing that it's not safe for them, and knowing that maybe their family doesn't support the work that they do, or maybe it's financially very hard to do that, but still they do that. So happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. I love you all, and thank you so much for helping the voiceless. And I'm sure that if you do this thing, if you feed one dog today, and even if you haven't done that before, you will find a peace in your heart. And please let me know if you want a part 2, and if you want if you want to hear more of my stories. And be kind to everything that lives. That's what I say, that's what I believe in. And thank you so much for watching this video. ये काफ़ी लंबी वीडियो हो गई. I did not plan on making my video this long, but anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, then please like this video, and be kind to everything that lives. Bye.